All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks for attending the Oakland Town Commission meeting for August 12th, 2025. Everybody, please stand for the pledge, remain standing for the invocation. I pledge to Kevin. Good evening, Kathy.
Good evening. Commissioner Keller,
Here.
Vice Mayor Satterfield, Mayor Taylor, Commissioner Ramos,
Present.
Commissioner McMillan.
Present.
Great. A couple of presentations on the agenda tonight. We'll first start off with a proclamation for West Orange Healthy Selfie Day, which is on September 19th of this year. So I'll read the real quick proclamation. Whereas Healthy West Orange inspires healthy behaviors and provides resources to help residents make better lifestyle choices, and Healthy West Orange champions healthy programs that deliver health and wellness activities. Healthy West Orange unites health-minded organizations for whom a healthy community provides meaningful benefits. And Healthy West Orange advocates for healthy community decisions and encourages local leaders to keep their community's health and wellness a top priority. And Healthy West Orange declares the third Friday in September as the annual West Orange Healthy Selfie Day. Now, therefore, it is my great pleasure and privilege as the mayor of the town of Oakland to declare Friday, September 19th, 2025 as West Orange Healthy Selfie Day. And in celebration of the 9th anniversary of the Healthy Selfie, I urge all citizens to join in supporting this initiative. So thank you, Krista. That'd be selfie. Okay. Right here. I'm holding it. I will say that Healthy West Orange is a great partner with the town, so we do appreciate you, Krista, and all that you've done and do for the town. So thank you very much. Okay, next on the list is Chief Eason, and it looks like a Police Department second quarter 2025 awards. Good afternoon, Chief. Evening, sorry.
It's all the same. Good evening. How are you? Mayor Taylor, members of the commission, I appreciate you giving me a few minutes. I'm going to try to get done faster than last time in going over 5 different awards for the second quarter of 2025. So for the first award, if I could have Officer Brianna Fernandez up here. Oh, don't clap yet. You don't know what she did. This might be bad. Thank you. So on June 25th, 2025, Officer Fernandez responded to John's Landing subdivision regarding a sick or injured person. Upon arrival, Officer Fernandez recognized the symptoms being experienced by the subject to be consistent with an opioid overdose. Officer Fernandez utilized her Narcan, which was not successful. After obtaining a second dose of Narcan, Officer Fernandez quickly administered a second dose, resulting in the subject regaining consciousness. The subject was turned over to emergency medical personnel and was transported to the hospital for further treatment and evaluation. Because of her quick response and actions related to her training, Officer Fernandez deployed 2 doses of Narcan, successfully reviving an individual experiencing a life-threatening overdose from opioid use. Due to her actions, Officer Fernandez likely saved the life of this individual and is awarded the Oakland Police Department's Life-Saving Award. much they want you to have a speech? I'm just. Okay, now if I could have Corporal Sean Dozier and Officer Jason Hayes. Oh my goodness. You haven't heard what he's done, and this is probably bad. Okay, during the time period of January 1st, 2025 through June 30th of 25, Corporal Dozier and Officer Hayes have worked together on the day shift patrol squad. Despite having worked for multiple supervisors in this time period, both Dozier and Hayes have demonstrated qualities of initiative and leadership which have had a positive impact on the residents within the town as well as the agency. Community engagement has resulted in several letters, phone calls, and social media posts to highlight the impact both employees have made on the town. From supporting a child's lemonade stand to engaging at a local garage sale, these officers continue to carry out the values set forth within the Oakland PD mission statement, which states the mission of the Oakland Police Department is to effectively reduce crime and enhance public safety by working in a close partnership with town residents, visitors, and other town businesses. Statistically, these two officers led the agency in several categories during this time period. These two alone conducted 195 traffic stops, resulted in 162 verbal warnings and 33 citations. Aside from their normal duty responsibilities, both remain engaged in extra commitment to the agency as well. Officer Hayes has completed his recertification as a firearms and taser instructor, volunteering to assist in keeping the members of the department current on their certifications. Corporal Dozier was promoted to the rank of corporal and has embraced his new responsibility, constantly attempting to make others around him better by displaying positivity and selflessness. For their professionalism and daily commitment and willingness to take on the responsibilities, extra responsibilities, while enforcing the laws and keeping up positive community engagement, Corporal Sean Dozier and Jason Hayes were awarded the Oakland Police Department's Achievement Award. Stand by. For his emphasis on community engagement and multiple calls, emails, and social media posts from the residents within the town, Corporal Sean Dozier is also awarded the Oakland Police Department's Community Service Award. Job well done. Oh. Just kidding. Thank you, guys. If I could, oh, sorry, go ahead. If I could have Corporal Anthony Edwards and Officer Nicole Hall. I was kidding. During the early part of 2025, the town experienced a rise in property-related crimes. Multiple investigations would identify a group of unhoused individuals who were staying within wooded areas along State Road 50 and the town limits. Officer Nicole Hall proactively began identifying and tracking these subjects through traffic stops and citizen contacts. She created a master list of unhoused individuals, and Officer Hall developed an efficient way of responding to many property crimes, assisting in investigations, which would later lead to identifying some of the same subjects on this list as perpetrators. Through cooperative efforts and communication, Officer Hall developed a rapport with some of these subjects, allowing for additional intelligence to be obtained. Multiple cases were able to be closed with the assistance of the hard work done by Officer Hall. Continuing with the work of Officer Hall, Officer Corporal Anthony Edwards was able to locate several encampments where these subjects were living. Corporal Edwards used resources to locate property owners and began working with them to initiate trespass warning procedures. Corporal Edwards spearheaded the response to issue trespass warnings while providing information for services needed by those subjects. After creating a partnership with Orange County to address the properties that were in their jurisdiction, Corporal Edwards facilitated a group response to issue trespass warnings, provide resources, and allow for many of the private landowners to continue their plans to development on their land, or to develop on their land. For their superior initiative in recognizing a problem while working with others to develop a plan to resolve that problem, Corporal Anthony Edwards and Officer Nicole Hall are awarded the Oakland Police Department's Award of Commendation. Don't go far, Edwards. If I could have Samaria Lake. This year, Officer Lake completed her first full year as the SRO for the Oakland Avenue Charter School. During this time, I received multiple calls, emails, and letters from parents and staff at the school commending her for professionalism and ability to have a positive impact on the lives of the children. one letter received from a part-time teacher at OACS who recalled his observations of Officer Lake interacting with the children in a positive manner, making them feel safe. The teacher stated, "What was most impressive is the bond she created with the students. She can't walk anywhere without students running over to her to say hi and give her a hug." Officer Lake also took the initiative to provide safety training for the staff at OACS, training them on emergency responses and evacuation of students if the need arises. Her commitment to the staff and the students at OACS is reflected in her quality of work as well as her positivity on a daily basis. For her commitment to safety of the staff and students at OACS, as well as her professionalism and positive attitude as a representative of the Oakland Police Department. I've done that twice. Officer Samaria Lake is awarded the Oakland Police Department's Community Service Award. And if I could have Officer Anthony Edwards, Corporal Edwards, come back up, please. During the second quarter of 2025, Corporal Anthony Edwards showed great initiative in addressing the response to a rise in property-related crimes and the recent influx of unhoused individuals. Corporal Edwards has continued to learn and make daily improvements within his new role related to his promotion to corporal. In addition, Corporal Edwards assisted Winter Garden PD in locating a vehicle where the occupant was alleged to have a firearm and have used it in the commission of a crime. After locating the vehicle in the town of Oakland, Corporal Edwards conducted a traffic stop, recovering the firearm and turning all evidence and the suspect over to Winter Garden PD. For his relentless search for an armed felon while locating the individual, as well as his constant development of skills required in his new role as a corporal, Corporal Edwards is awarded the Oakland Police Department's Officer of the Second Quarter. And for that, certificate. And there's a local company out of Sanford called Decision Tactical. It's a training facility. They basically took an old movie theater and redid it to have different scenarios within the movie theater. It's an incredible, they brought all the chiefs over to see the training. It's an incredible training facility. And they were nice enough to contact me. And because he got Officer of the Quarter, they said every Officer of the Quarter gets a free day of training there. So while we are trying to get every officer there, it comes with a cost. But due to him winning the award, he gets to go there and get a full day of training himself. All right. I think I got it done faster than last time. I appreciate it. Until next quarter, thank you very much. Absolutely. Yep. Come on. Picture time.
You want us? Why? Oh. Answer to your. Thanks for everything you guys do. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Empty now. What's up, baby?
All the good ones are gone. Okay. All right, moving on to our next item on the agenda. It is the consent agenda. We have 5 items on here tonight. Item A is minutes from the 7/8/2025 and the 7/22/2025 Town Commission regular meetings. The Oakland Avenue Charter School Safety and Security Requirements Reunification Plan. The Oakland Avenue Charter School Policy Assurances with Orange County Public Schools. The Wade Trim Inc. Planning Services Agreement Extension, and a utility easement for 16274 Lake John Circle. Any questions or comments? None? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion, I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda as presented.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next item is a couple of resolutions, and we'll start out with a resolution number 2025-05, designation of administrative authority.
A resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Oakland, Florida, designating an administrative authority to receive, review, and process plat and replat submittals, and an administrative official responsible for approving with conditions, or denying proposed plats and replats as specified in section 177.071 Florida statutes, and providing for an effective date.
This resolution is to fulfill the state requirements for Senate Bill 784. So it basically removes the commission and the Planning and Zoning Board from the platting and replatting process. And it creates administrative authority and administrative official, which would be myself. So basically, it'll be an internal review. Our engineer, our surveyor, our town planner, our public works department will still be reviewing those along with our attorney to make sure they're in compliance before I sign them. But basically, I'll assume that responsibility for the town.
Okay, and that was a state statute, right?
Correct.
Any questions or any comments? So we're exempt from looking at plats.
Pretty much. Tallahassee says so.
All right, this isn't a public forum, right? No, nothing, okay. Entertain a motion?
I'll make, go ahead. We're all fighting each other. isn't it?
Right. I'll make the motion to accept resolution number 2025-05 as presented.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next resolution number 2025-06, designation of emergency contact.
A resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Oakland, Florida, designating an emergency contact and an alternate emergency contact under section 252-383A Florida statutes, providing for notification of same and providing for an effective date.
Please.
Same thing. This one was drafted by the attorney's office to be in compliance with our favorite Senate Bill 180. And it's basically to designate annually emergency contacts. I will be primary, Chief Eason will be secondary. So that's just what this is for.
Any questions or comments? Good with that? All right. Entertain a motion?
Make same motion to accept resolution number 2025-06 as presented.
You second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, got that out. Next on the item is public forum, public comment on this. Want to come up? We open up something that's not on our agenda tonight. If you have anything you want to talk about, we ask that you keep it to 3 minutes, and we're going to time you. Anybody, any takers tonight? Oh, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. The chief is standing by.
Chief, no. I'm Jill Cox, 301 North Walker Street. We've had a rash of people that can't read the sign at the end of the road. It says no construction vehicles. Is there any way to enforce this? I mean, find the builder, find the developer. I mean, I had 10 dump trucks, one right after another. And it's like, can they not read? I don't know. And I don't know what you found out, Mayor, about that incident. But we're just kind of tired of it. And I know it's not going to stop if we can't enforce it, if we can't make them stop.
Thanks, Joe. So I will say that what happened last Friday is we did reach out, Public Works did reach out to the builder and the developer to please use Jefferson Street. I know some of the signs got knocked down. And I think, Mike, you talked to them if you want to speak a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we took a look at it and we actually saw some trucks doing that. And we talked to two drivers, but we did talk to the developer and a couple of the builders that are in there, J&J in particular. So we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, they are public. So, we just, all we can do is try to tell them to show some courtesy.
Anyone else? Yeah. Hey, John.
John Hammerstein, 306 East Vic Avenue. Just to know,
Anyone want to go?
Yeah, I'll do it. I actually rode the bikes out there and I posted a video on Facebook for everybody to see. And I don't know if any of you guys got around to it, but I took the golf cart, bikes and the car. And in my opinion, I thought they were superior to what the product was before. Very solid. I think there's more, based on what I saw, there's probably thicker than the ones previous as well. I thought the job was very well, and I didn't see no dust. I hanged around a few hours there back and forth to see vehicles go by. I didn't see dust kick up. I did not witness, the FedEx, Amazon trucks. I didn't stick around for a delivery, but I was very pleased with it. I don't know if you guys had a chance.
I've gone by it on several occasions myself as I've gotten home, and I am just more impressed than I am over with Petrus and Hull, to be honest with you. It's about as close to just being paved as you could probably get. They're that good. My question would be for us, is there a way that we could put some sort of a thin coat maybe on Arrington and Vic to make it all kind of match?
Would you like me to answer that?
A lot of
Yeah.
times, Mike, there's a
Yes.
question.
We have reserved some material just for that if we have the commission's blessing on it, for Arrington for sure. I think personally, and it's just Mike Parker talking here, I think East Vic is a prime candidate for actual paving because of the cut through traffic and the the traffic that we get from Oakland Park. So anyway, that's just my opinion. But yes, we have material reserved. Contractor will be back once we get the okay from you. And he's got to do the driveways still.
John, what do you think?
That's what I was gonna say. I've driven half a dozen times. It looks great to me, but I don't live in the neighborhood. So I would say, what do you think? I wish more of your neighbors were here to tell us.
So I think what we have to do at that point, as far as Vic goes, and I know Public Works' opinion, but how to pay for that, is that impact fee related or what? So we'll have to group on that and find out the attorneys and make sure we can lawfully and legally can use those funds towards that. So we'll have to get back on that one.
Is everybody still? Example.
Mhm. Okay.
I agree with you. You know, as many people as we can get to go and say, you know, wow, or the other, if that's, you know, their desire, the better we are to get an opinion of the whole. Well, it goes the other way too, John, is, you guys have been pretty patient and indulgent. You know, there were some mistakes made and that goes, you know, beyond notice also. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, it doesn't go fast. It doesn't move fast. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I wanted to say one thing about Mike, what you said, leftover material. If we can use it on Vic, you know, because that's the cut-through road as soon as possible. Because I do like the idea of the asphalt after we get past the legalities.
Maybe somewhat with Arrington, use it on Arrington.
Arrington, I'm sorry, Arrington. And I'd like to, you know, go forward with that as soon as we get past the legalities. But there's also the rest of the phases that we have to consider the rest of the residents. Because they've been, I don't know if they approach any of you guys, maybe because I made the video, they approached me, residents on Daniels and Walker and Henshin, because they saw the product and they're eagerly waiting for their road to get done. I would hate to bump them years down the road over the asphalt over here, which I know if we get past the legalities, I'd like to go ahead. That's my opinion.
I think the mayor hit on a good point there about the budget for it.
Yeah.
You know, we have expended this year's budget, but the end of the budget year is only, what, 6 or 7 weeks away?
Well, I know.
No, no, please.
I know with the plan that was done before, we have a plan for the roads, and I think now that we have a good material or what appears to be a good, you know, material, and we've changed the vendors and everything, that, you know, we probably just need to make, to John's point, we just need to make sure that we're communicating things like, this is our budget schedule, these are the next phase roads, now that we have a good vendor, and just kind of give people that information that, you know, because again, we've talked about it a million times. We can't do everybody's roads today, but maybe with the new budget, we're going to be able to do these roads, and then it may be next year we do these roads, and maybe kind of finalize that schedule a little bit more so that people can understand the expectation based on the funds that we have available.
Yeah, and I think there is, Mike, there is a schedule. I mean, there was a plan that's been put in place by.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
there's a schedule. We just need to, once the next budget year comes around, we approve that budget, then set in motion, say, hey, this month we're doing this, like, you know.
Right.
I think.
But we can have that in a communication so that we don't, you know, again, it'd be great to be able to do everybody's at
Yeah,
once, but,
absolutely.
you know, at least if we can say, hey, this is the plan based on the need, right? That's how the roads were assessed, is based on the need, and we'll work through them as quickly as funds and, you know, what we can do will allow.
And if you haven't been by there, go by there and look at it. It looks great.
You know, what really looks good is the way they matched up to the driveways.
Mhm.
They did just a wonderful job, you know, for the folks that wanted it. I was impressed.
Do we need to do anything as far as approving another lift on Arrington?
I think we need to make sure we have money in the budget to be able to do that.
So we'll circle back around to that.
Yes.
All right. Anyone else? Public forum. All right, no one hearing nothing, we'll close the public forum. Elise, anything from you and your folks?
I do. First of all, I'd like to introduce our new employee who's been nice enough to be here with us tonight. Mike, do you want to introduce him and talk a little bit about it?
Sure, I was going to anyway. Uh, let me introduce John Kemp, who is the new Public Works Director. The new.
It's not that easy.
Yeah, well, who knows? Um, the new Assistant Public Works Director, and he's really doing a good job. He's into his third week now. He has the right combination of experience and education, and his past experience is gonna show here very soon, and I have all the confidence in the world in him. So, Jonelle, you want to say a few words, or you don't have to?
I just want to say thank you. The welcoming here was. Oh, I'm sorry. The welcoming here was, really pleasant. So I appreciate it, and thank you for the opportunity.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We all wish you good luck. I think Mike wishes it most of all.
You're not going to get rid of me that easy.
You're the one who just introduced him as the Public Works Director.
He's ready. So I just want to say we had the first day of school yesterday. It went well. And on top of that, I will cover Chief's school speed zone cameras are in place, and we're doing our 30-day notice. So effective September 10th, they will be officially in place and running, and fines will start. So when it gets to Chief's turn, he can talk a little more about that, but he did a nice little video for Facebook that kind of explained that. We worked hard to get our health insurance premiums within budget, so we don't have to make any adjustments to that. We were able to get them within budget and not have any negative repercussions to employees. So we were very happy about that. Upcoming is our Roots and Memories exhibit opening at the Healthy West Orange Arts and Heritage Center on September 12th. They're still accepting submissions through August 16th. So that's going to be an amazing new exhibit that's up and coming. And then September 20th will be Nature Fest at ONP from 9 to 1. So those are kind of what to look forward to.
Thanks. Sarah, who's our contracted town planner, you have anything on the planning side? Okay, nothing from town planning. John, Mike, anything from you guys?
I've just got a couple of little things here. If y'all haven't been down by the Catherine Ross Road yet, that is definitely under construction. The section between Oakland Avenue and the charter school is open to traffic, and we'll be paving that here in the next couple of weeks. It'll happen on a Saturday, so we don't interfere with school traffic. And then the remainder, they've got curbing in partway down there now. It's really looking good. So anyway, if you haven't been down there, take a look at it. That's a future connection between Oakland Avenue and State Road 50, and a new canal crossing as well. So looking good. The Pulte drainage project is well underway. The contractor that Pulte chose, I have to say, is doing an excellent job. They're going through an area of utilities and under the highway and under the trail and so far they've only had one incident of damage to our utilities, and it's about 22 feet deep, so it's a major job. It's a 48-inch pipe that will take care of the Pulte drainage issues that have been going on since they built the neighborhood. Street signs, the current phase of street signage went up. It's the area between Oakland Avenue, Tubb Street, Jefferson, and Sadler. So it's got the acorn and all of that on it. So it looks really good. And then last but not least, we did listen to commission last time about the roundabout, having a kind of a, rather than a piecemeal reveal, to have it all done at once and do a reveal. And we just completed putting in the part of the landscaping. which includes the perennial peanut, which we've talked about ad nauseum. But it's, that's in. We know it'll be fine. We actually have the centerpiece covered with a tarp, if you hadn't noticed that. Irrigation's in, sod's in, and it's really looking good. We'll soon have the signage up, and then probably in about 2 weeks, maybe the timing will be with the next commission meeting, who knows? But we're looking at a couple of weeks to have the other remaining signage and landscaping. That's it. Any questions?
It's looking good. I drive by it every day.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief?
Hi. So just two things. One, yesterday school started and the cameras are operating. They installed those cameras without running that by anybody from the town, and they were very responsive. We got a complaint from a resident about where it was placed. The company was really responsive. They're going to move it 75 feet to the east, so it's actually going to be in between two houses. And they just asked that we get one of the trees cut back to allow for the line of sight for the cameras. So I spoke with Scott this morning, and he's going to make sure that gets done. So within the next week and a half, the cameras will be moved to a better location that's not as bad, but still be able to run properly. That's great. The only other thing is with the school, because it's the first couple of days, we're having the same problems with when people drop off, they're dropping off over on Henshin to avoid the school line. And then at the end of the afternoon, they're on Catherine Ross. I stepped out there today. There was cars totally blocking the driveway that fire trucks and police cars could not get in or out. So I went out there and spoke with a few drivers and just asked them, please, hey, don't block the driveway. And they were fine with it. And then some drivers were getting a little creative as far as where they staged to wait for their window to pick up their children. And they were actually parking in the construction area for Catherine Ross Road. So I had to walk around the 18-wheeler and kindly ask them to leave, that they're in a construction zone. So if we could get some signs there that say closed, that would be good, because right now there was no road closed sign, and they literally pulled in next to the 18-wheeler. But other than that, when the speed zone cameras start, when it goes into effect on the November 10th, everything should be in place. We're waiting on the training from the company as far as how we vet each violation and approve them and get them sent to the vehicle registered owners. And other than that, I think that project will be complete come the 10th. Everything is done. It's been great. A little bit of a delay, but I appreciate everybody's patience with that. I think everybody will be safe in and around the school. Good.
Is that fine?
$100. As long as it stays and it's paid in the first 30 days, it's $100. If it goes outside of 30 days, it turns into a regular uniform traffic citation. That's when they have to pay county fees. Points could get put on their license and all that stuff. So as long as you just pay the administrative fee, it's a flat $100.
And we appreciate you talking to folks as they go out to give some warnings. The first couple of days, the first couple of weeks are always, hard. I don't care what school you're at. And it does level off if we could just maybe have some of them residents have a little bit of patience also, that it will get better.
Yeah, it's fine. The Henshin, there was officers there yesterday and today. They spoke with a few residents that did it, but it wasn't a problem. They weren't violating the law per se. They were just violating the contract with the school, but they were very cooperative and fine with it. My concern more was the Catherine Ross. And they were, I understand on that side, those are probably new parents, that this may be their first year coming into VPK. So after a week or so, everybody will understand, and it's fine.
It always works out somehow. And I don't know how, but it always does. But thank you for the help.
Kathy, didn't leave you out. Nothing? You're good? Okay,
Yeah, no report.
thank you.
Actually, can I say something on her behalf?
Yeah.
She sent out over 300 business tax receipt renewals, so she's been busy working on those in addition to, keeping up with all the agenda stuff. So it's a lot. I mean, I've done it. I've been there. It's a lot to keep up with, but she's doing a great job.
Yeah. Has anybody ever been into Kathy and said hello to her while she's in her office, but she doesn't say hello back to you? Because she has phones in and she's concentrating. Yeah. She's not being rude.
Thank you very much. Kathy.
I thought you just didn't like me.
What is it? All right. Commissioner McMullen, anything from you tonight?
Just a few things. On July, we talked about it last time. On July 26th, Adrian Cowens, AC, Adrian Cowens had a great event over at the park. Commissioner Keller, Ramos, and myself were out there. The kids had a lot. It was like a big family reunion out there, and they were out there until like 11 o'clock at night. But what I really loved about it was like a community event. But what I really loved about what Adrian did was I saw kids come from all over, and he made sure every kid was able to play and be a part of a team. There was even a coach, the basketball coach from East Ridge. He even came out because some of his kids came out. He even asked me, can they host this event at his school one day? So it was a good family field event. People had a great time. People just out there just hanging out watching basketball until 11 o'clock at night. So it was a great thing. And Adrian is thinking about doing it again. And Mount Zion Church was right there alongside him to support him with feeding the volunteers. But in all, it was a great event, and people just were kept coming all night long. I know actually went to Mount Zion Church the day after, and someone said they stopped counting at 300 people. So it was a great time. Even the pastor from there came. The next thing I want to ask is, I know budget season is coming up. Have we set the budget meetings? Because I know we had to have an off meeting. Has that date been set? Have I missed that? I apologize.
Yeah, there's little papers over there with all the dates. It'll be September 8th and for the tentative budget hearing. And then the second one is, what date is that second one? Just a second, I can get it. It'll be your regular meeting for
I keep on going. I got a couple more things. I'll be real quick, Mayor.
September 23rd, yes.
23rd.
And the budget hearings will start at 6 o'clock PM and regular meeting to follow at 7.
Then I know session goes in session in January, and I was talking to Mike Parker and John earlier, as far as, I know it's early, but it's not really early. With session coming in, I know, we're always going after appropriation dollars, and so just want to make sure that we don't start too late as relate to getting ready for whatever project we're going to ask the state for as far as supporting our town. The last thing is the Tri-County League of Cities. I'm not sure if anybody got the email, but the Tri-County League of Cities are trying to get more elected officials to be more involved with the state legislator. And so they are sponsoring a training on April 26th. It's in the email, it came from Tri-County League, but it's a training up in Castleberry on August 26th. And the Tri-County League is going to be training elected officials to go to Tallahassee to advocate for the cities and towns in the state of Florida. And the Tri-County League of Cities is paying for the training and for the transportation going back and forth. So they have some dates. They're going to try to have some visits throughout the fall during committee weeks, and definitely when session starts in January. So session will be January 13th through March 13th. So as I mentioned earlier, it's early this year, every other year is in January. So with us going, putting together our appropriation, but also if we can have more elected here and all over the area to be more involved with connecting with the state, so we don't get surprised, and so we can have more of us involved in the process as it relates to us, having things come to us, unfunded mandates, and we get caught off guard because, as we just mentioned earlier tonight, the state is doing all types of things, and we just have to, amend, and do whatever they ask. But if we have more elected, being more vocal, we can be able to kind of cut off some of those things, hopefully. So those are the things I wanted to share tonight. Thank you so much.
You. Thank you, Commissioner Ramos.
Just want to circle back, Joseph, to the Oakland Hoop Fest. It was an awesome event. Chris Keller was out there. Joseph was out there. Thank you so much. Adrian did great, including players, because usually it's, pretty tough, high-end caliber players. But I had a good friend of my wife's that came from Kentucky and her daughter, and Adrian put a team together for girls, playing with the guys, mixed. And they had such a great time. Healthy, fun. The food truck sold a lot of food. So it was a great event for the whole family, for the whole town. So hope, next year you guys can make it. Reminder of the Florida League of Cities. This particular Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll be out there for most of it. and I know Joseph will be there for all of it and some. And Chris, good luck. You're the voting delegate for us here in Oakland. And hopefully, yeah, you guys can.
Mine starts Wednesday.
Excuse me?
Mine starts Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, that's
Florida
right.
League of Mayors.
Yes, that's right. That's all.
Yeah, thank you. Commissioner Keller.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I'm looking forward to my first Florida League of Cities conference and planning on being out there for the duration, for the 3 days. And again, I'm excited to represent Oakland as the voting delegate. I just emailed and got my information back today on what I need to do when I get there and pick up all that. So I'm looking forward to, I've been looking at all the workshops and different things that I want to do. I think it's going to be a lot of good information. I'm excited. That's it.
We've talked about the school, so, you know, enough said about that. I just want to thank you guys. You've kind of indulged me over this summer for all my trips up to New Jersey, you know, on family business. I've got to go back again, which is why I can't go to the League of Cities. But as much as I'm home, I'm trying to do what I can. But thank you for indulging with me this summer on.
No problem. I have a, did it?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a few things here. So if you're not aware, there's a petition going around, and this petition is on change.org, and the petition is to preserve and help save the Williams House, which is the Holiday House down the street. Apparently, they have been cited by code enforcement to clean up their yard. The fortunate part is that's not in the town of Oakland, and it's not in Winter Garden. It's in unincorporated Orange County. So all these, I probably have gotten, there's over 5,800 people have signed this petition, but I get sent the emails, please, as an elected official, please stop this, you know, stop the code enforcement. It's not me. So it goes to me and it goes to two commissioners in Oakland Park and the city of Oakland Park, which they're not even, they're up north. So all I want to say for the paper, you're contacting the wrong person. I have nothing to do with it. So you need to contact Orange County, and Orange County must have been the ones to do the code enforcement, is what it is. But for the record, I like it. I think it's a great little thing in the holidays to have, you know.
It's more than a little thing.
It's more than a little thing.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
We used to go when it was little
Yeah.
through the house. Now it's
Yeah.
huge. It's still a tradition.
Great. Second, I think we all got copied on the bombardment of emails on trash service that came through this week about trying to go back to 2 days a week. I don't know what the thoughts are on that or anybody's thoughts on that. I know, you know, we had a committee put together, a trash committee. They went through, they evaluated, they looked, they went 1 day a week. For that, 1 day a week for recycle. Now, you can follow the footsteps of Winter Garden where you get rid of the recycling days and go to 2 trash days and then find like they do have a private company that comes in and picks up recycling if you really want to do that. But that logistically may be harder for them. I know they're small, they're just getting started, but I'm opening it up to thoughts to anybody to explore it, look at it, or what.
Well, I did reach out to Platt Loftus when I saw the social media posts. And he asked, you know, he said he could come in and speak to the town and the commission on some of the options. I didn't talk about financial options or changing the route, but he just wanted to come and talk to the town about best practices when it comes to collecting trash or packing trash. But he did mention if, you know, an invite, he's open to coming out. Plus, you know, Waste Pro will be out to the Florida League of Cities and on Wednesday, I know Thursday have a gathering. So, but I did reach out to him and ask. Or I shared to him some of the posting. He said he's open to coming out to
So
talk to us.
We can set that up to have him come out.
Mhm, yeah,
present
Platt
to
Loftus.
us?
Mhm.
Okay, right.
Well, and I also think it's important to recognize that in addition to the people that were asking for additional days, there was actually one email too that said, please don't change anything. I'm on a limited income and, you know, they don't want an increase in cost. So, you know, I think that it's worthy reiterating that, you know, we did have a committee of residents in the town that actually made the recommendation that was approved. This was prior to me being on the commission, but I think that obviously if it's something that needs to be looked at, you know, we can have that conversation, but I think we also have to be mindful of the people who may not be willing to, not wanting to pay more. So it's, you know, you know, with all these issues, is it a handful of people that are wanting 2 days a week, or is it half of the town, you know? So the loudest voices get, the squeaky wheel gets
Yeah,
the
correct.
grease, right? But I just want to make sure that we don't say, okay, we'll do it, it's going to cost us much more, and then hurt other people. So I think that, you know, again, like we say all the time, having people come to the meeting and express their concerns rather than airing it out on social media, I think is important for us to get a true examination of the issue.
And bringing the Waste Pro person to soundboard who can give us some ideas, because we haven't pinpointed what percentage is needing, you know, who's financially tight to say, I only throw trash once a week. Why should I pay for twice a week pickups? Well, there might be a lot of people who may need twice a week. I would be one of them. And my opinion, and around the neighborhood, they all came to me and I said, let's give it some time to see how it plays out. And there's the same residents who come and say, I got bags and bags piling up. So maybe someone from Waste Pro could tell us, how do we balance this out with helping both sides?
Yeah. Ed, I think you were on the were you on that committee, Ed? Yeah.
Now, while Ed is walking up, I will want to mention, we did stretch out that waste management contract as long as we could because we knew it was going to be a big jump in price. So I mean, you probably know the numbers. I can't remember those top of my head. But when we had the old contract, you know, we held on to that and we extended it because we already knew everyone that was trying to bid prior to us extending was going to be a big jump in price. And that's one of the biggest pieces that's just because the industry.
Yeah. So Ed Kulikowski, 51 Vandermeer Street. So I was on that committee that reviewed the proposals for new waste management, and we did solicit as part of the proposals exactly the same twice a week pickup that Waste Management was giving us. And the cost for that was twice what we selected. And we made the choice for once a week pickup with a small adder if people needed additional bins. And so if you had more than one bin, you could get 2 bins and it would cost you $2 or $3 per billing cycle to do that. It seemed a very economical choice in order to handle more trash. We did hear some comments that some people, well, I don't have room in my garage for 2 cans. I don't know how you please everybody, but our recommendation was based on evaluating the proposals and getting the most efficient and economical, and the approach that we felt served most of the residents. I have gotten some other feedback personally from others. A complaint that Waste Pro was using an automated truck over in the Johns Lake area. And there was some concern, well, they didn't, you know, they did people with 2-man trucks instead of automated trucks. The person was upset about that. But even more so, what one of the concerns is that people really aren't monitoring what they put in the recycle. And the feeling was that most of the recycle pickups are going to the solid waste trash, just like the regular trash. So that would be perhaps one thing to talk to Waste Pro about, is do their guys look in the bin, and if they see something obviously wrong, like we're not supposed to put glass containers in there anymore. If they see glass in there, do they leave the bin, or do they pick it up and trash the whole load instead of recycling it? So there is a suggestion to talk to Waste Pro about at your meeting with them. And again, just to go back, we felt we recommended the most economical approach that would serve most of the residents of Oakland in the best way. So if you got any questions about anything else we talked about,
That was my,
and
he was what the difference in cost was
it was twice,
significantly more.
yeah,
Yeah, I
almost.
thought I had heard that it was, so that's again, why
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to make sure we're cautious
Yeah.
about not doing
Well,
that to everybody.
almost twice. We pay $24, I think now, and the twice a week was like $44 a month. So it was significantly more.
Well, and I hear the comment all the time, why can't we just go back to what we had? And I don't think people fully understand that that contract was done. The option to keep what we had at that price was not an option because our contract, we had to get a new contract. So price was going to go up. It was just finding what was the best strategy. And I think the committee did a good job at evaluating that and coming up with something.
Thanks. I would also point out that the price is not the price because the waste management contract was a fixed price for the whole term and for the extension that we got. The new contract with Waste Pro has an annual escalator in it, depending upon tipping fees and stuff that may go up in the future. So while it's $24 this week for this year for once a week pickup, it may not be that next year. It may be more. And twice a week pickup, of course, would be even more. So, thanks.
Said.
And again, same thing, Ed, thanks for the help with it, is going forward. The question that I would have with it is, and I am in the camp, I'll be honest, that probably a lot of people do need 2 cans that have bigger families, and I can understand that. What is that cost difference that if you want a trash can that it would cost you per month? That'd be beneficial for people to hear and have Waste Pro come and give all these pros and cons and stuff. I think is probably going to be the key to it.
Yeah.
Do you know, Mike, how much that difference?
Just for the record, the additional cart is $2.25 per month for the additional cart.
$2.25.
Right. That's it.
It's very beneficial. Again, they're not coming twice. Any company would charge you twice to come twice.
Right.
So.
Yeah, there is no charge per se for the service. It's just the additional cart has the service that, calculated.
How many additional can you get? Unlimited?
I think it was up to 3, but, and the recycle extra carts were $1.70.
All right. Oh, hey, John. Oh, gosh. Okay, thank you for coming, John. We'll see you.
On Hammerstein, 306 East Beck Avenue. So the main complaint I hear is not play. Why is it in there? Question. How do you mag it through the trash cans? Because my experience,
I actually sent them that post and that was what he said, I want to come in and speak to the residents. So I actually sent them that actual note. Yeah.
thinking.
It is. I have a cleaning guy who does the maggots for mine. Because it does build up with the heat during the summer.
Well, man, I think we need to have Platt come out here.
Yeah, I think you do. I really do. And the reason and John, thanks for bringing that up. The reason I bring it up is just the bombardments of emails. It was a coordinated effort. It was good. It was a good coordinated effort that came through.
It was highly suggested by a couple of people.
Yeah, it was pretty. And look, I haven't seen anything. I don't look at Facebook, so I don't know if anything was on Facebook on it. But if it's a concern, and the biggest concern I saw in some of those emails that I read were, they live in HOAs, and HOAs will not allow you to have your trash cans outside, so they have to keep it inside the garage. And being inside the garage for a week, it smells, and so does the HOA start being more lenient and allowing people to have it outside, or are you stuck, you know? So I think it's, if you can, if we can coordinate that with Waste Pro, and have them come in, that'd be good, I think. So,
Would you guys like that as part of a commission meeting or as a separate, like just community meeting?
I think commission meeting will be fine and have
Okay.
a presentation, and then maybe, you know, then we need to, you know, I think seriously look at it again and find out, do we go back to 2 days a week and say, hey, here's the extra cost for it, and here you go? Or is the option to sit there and go take away the recycle and get rid of the recycle and go 2 days a week?
Well, so we're doing legwork and looking at all our options right now. I mean, you have to understand, even if we were to get rid of recycle, there's a whole built-in cost because they bought all the bins and put our logo on them and put them out there. So, you know, it might not be as cost effective as we think to get rid of recycle, come in. They still have to get extra help to do that. But we're seeing if we can get all that information from them so we can make an informed decision.
Well, prepped ahead of time, is there a way to get some sort of a fact sheet out to people with stuff like as simple as for $2.25 you can get another bin? That might cut half of the people right out of, because they would opt to do that. That's not a lot of money for most people.
And I guess, you know, communication's been something I've brought up before, maybe putting it on the information on the water bill, doing, you know, Kelly, by the way, I meant to say when she was here, is doing a great job as PIO, and the posts that I've seen have been really great. You know, if we did something with that, because again, it's, I think, communication, because unless they're watching this meeting at home or here, they're not going to get anything from Waste Pro coming and having that conversation. So it's going to be, you know, here's some tips to bagging your trash that may help that problem or whatever, if they have some suggestions that can help address it in the meantime until we can figure out what the course of action is.
Yeah, because adding more bins is great, but if the more bins
Right.
you add are in the garage and the heat creating maggots, I can imagine what the garages smell like on HOA subdivisions.
There's your headline again.
I could imagine. I could imagine. It was just an imagination. And Ed, please be here for that meeting.
All right, hey, as a
Well, there's
yeah, absolutely, it's good. And as a municipality, we covered roads and trash like we're supposed to, right, as elected officials. I got one more thing, Jill. It's a cemetery. We sent a letter off, you know, as a commission, talking about the condition of the cemetery, and the owners of the cemetery, the ownership group, reached back out to us. Explained to us their concerns as far as it being, number one, it's a private cemetery. It's not a public owned, it's not a public cemetery. It's not a town-owned cemetery. We have a limited jurisdiction on the cemetery. Number two, they said that how the structure works is each plot is sold as a deeded plot. And each person that puts a headstone on, although the gesture is great, and I backed you up the best I could to say, hey, all we're trying to do is preserve history, and history's, a good part of the town's history is there, you know. They said they do not have the authority to allow us to go in and clean headstones or anything, because each of those headstones are owned by the individual families. Now, if we wanted to reach out to the individual families or the lineage of that families, I don't know where you'll find the Spears family. I'm sure you can, and ask, hey, do you mind if we go through and try to clean up? They have no problem in that as well. So I just wanted to pass that on to you, that we did send it and we did get a response back, and I told them that I would make a comment about it in the public meeting. Okay.
They're deeded plots. Is there like an ownership record then that?
So
reach
they do have, I think they said they had about 200 lots left inside there, and their responsibility is to mow and maintain the common areas as well. I did ask them, if it's a private cemetery, there's obviously no trespassing signs or anything like that. So it makes it look like, hey, it's a It's a open public place. So that's all their responsibility is, to sell them and to maintain the common areas is what they do.
So do they have any issue with us continuing like the thing that we did for Memorial Day?
Yes.
Okay.
They are not saying anything about it, but they would next year when that comes around, I suggest that the organizers contact them to ask permission if it's okay for us to go in there and do that. And I would say if that is the case, we probably should do both cemeteries because they're both privately owned. I love me. I hope nobody says no, but yeah.
They just wanted to be formal.
And that's it. And that's to liability. And it's their big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really, I don't believe there's liability, that there's no insurance on it or liability insurance on it.
Yeah, I think that was one of their big points is they don't carry liability insurance on the cemetery. They can't afford to. They said they're a nonprofit. But, you know, yeah. I mean, their point was they are kind of looking other way, but they would like somebody approach them and formally ask for permission to do that.
Well,
Well-
there's a town of, the Sadler part of, the town owns that stretch of Sadler right adjacent to the cemetery, right? So we could certainly do something maybe there.
I believe that if we ask permission, they will allow us, like the mayor said, is more of a formal ask. And
And release them from any.
we're probably gonna have to get
Sure.
our insurance for that day or whoever organized that. When we used to do ministry events on private property, like the one we did for Lakeside, Just for Him Ministries, remember, we had to go get an insurance for the day of the event, pay for that. It was a couple of $100. We had to pay for that to use it just in case there was an accident. That may have to happen for both of these cemeteries. So we could all have the write-off, like a waiver, for anybody who could join.
So we'll see what happens. So we sent the letter and we got a response back, just to let you know. I thanked them for at least responding back to us and talking through everything. So I do appreciate that from them to do that. Other than that, that's all I got, unless anybody else is good. Joseph?
Of all hearts and minds are satisfied, let's adjourn. It is 8:07 PM.